As we all know, we really can't do anything due to Chan out there doing her thing. But with that said, I'm pretty sure at least one or two people are interested in what's going on in my particular part of the world. We're all getting hard. Luckily, my state's not as hard, but hopefully it stays that way. But I don't know for certain. But with that said, I did manage to at least do one thing, and that is fix my Acer laptop here. What I did is I got a new LCD panel, and I got a new bottom panel. This is the original bottom panel. As you can tell, it's pretty heavily damaged. I got parts ripped off. It's not exactly in the best shape. So like I said, I got this replaced, and I replaced the LCD panel. As you can clearly tell, you can clearly see the cracks and whatnot all throughout the panel. So I got both a new bottom panel, well, not a bottom panel, but a used bottom panel, and a supposed original OEM LCD panel off eBay. Now I can tell this is not an OEM panel because it's not as bright, but it may not be as bright. At least it still looks good and it works. That's all that really matters. I would like to have a brighter panel, but with the current situation, the fact that I had to wait a few extra days because USPS decided to ship this thing all the way back 3 hours and then bring it all the way back, I'm happy it even freaking came in and worked. So, yeah, I mean, at least I got this computer into semi-functioning order. What I mean by that is the dedicated GPU in this thing is long since dead. Unfortunately, I have no idea how to fix it. All I know is I was playing GTA 5 on this thing without a problem with the dedicated GPU fully detecting and functioning just fine. And then when I got done with GTA 5, I put the computer to sleep. Then came back a few hours later to find the dedicated GPU not working at all anymore. And eventually I got pissed off, threw the thing on the floor, and of course, as you see, the bottom panel got destroyed, and the LCD panel got destroyed. The only other thing that actually did get destroyed on this thing when it comes to actual motherboard is this stem slot refuses to detect RAM sticks anymore. So I am forced to only use one stick of RAM on this computer. But luckily, this isn't really much of an inconvenience because this is a Intel-based computer. So it has an Intel i5. And since this has an Intel i5 7th gen, it has the 600 series GPU. So it may not be the best GPU in the world, but it can easily run Sims 4 and it can easily run World of Warships without a problem. And whatnot. And of course, as you can also tell, Chan out there doing her thing, the life-size Shirley and Ronka I was initially planning on making has put on hold because the guy that does the posing is, I'm pretty sure his country's getting hit way harder than the U.S. I did message him, linking him to pictures of Ronka that were released and used them across some of the newer ones. He did reply back, so he is around and I'm pretty certain he's doing just fine. But again, with Chan out there doing her thing, I'm not going to push it. And plus, again, he's in a different country, and I don't know how hard it's actually hitting his country. But at least I'm still able to do something. I did manage to at least get this computer up and running. Somewhat. Again, like I said, dedicated GPU and this thing's dead. And as you can tell, World of Warships runs just fine. Granted, it's not showing the right ship. Where's Congo? There she is. Granted, I'm not able to play at the full 1080p panel that the screen's at, but it runs at 720p low settings and it looks halfway decent even with this freaking over detailed ship. And plus, I mean, all I really want this computer to be is a World Warship computer, Sims 4 computer, and anime. And that's because the other computer I have, which is this Lenovo, it's a good Lenovo, but it has problems running anime and whatnot, and this thing runs World of Warships significantly better, and also runs Sims 4 better. That's when it doesn't go into a window mode. my 1 gig of degeneracy mods tends to make this game run a bit slower on initial load. Curse my degeneracy mods. I think I'm going to just can it. The computer's getting low on battery, and the power brick I was using is providing just a tad bit too little power, and it gets a bit hot. So I'm just going to shut the computer down and find the proper charger and whatnot. But again, at least I managed to actually fix this thing and get into a working state. Of course, it still hasn't loaded everything in. Oh, there it goes. As you can tell, I got my sim in a shit house, but it tends to run relatively smooth for the most part. Granted, I have quite a few things set to low, but the frame rate is significantly smoother than this Lenovo laptop here. And unlike my Lenovo laptop, I'm running this at full 1080p. So, again, not much of a video, but hey, I'm still up and about and doing stuff.